The accuser has reviewed their claim that you're disputing and has decided that their claim is valid. And that doesn't sound absolutely, truly stupid. And then, of course, you followed up by saying, we don't actually arbitrate or make judgments on claims. We just let people monetize your video and take your money from you. But we can't make a decision, even though you just did. The Digital Millennium Copyright Act requires that if somebody makes a claim on your creative work and says that it's theirs, it requires that the neutral party, YouTube or Facebook, let them have power over it initially. But if you dispute it, they are not supposed to make a decision. The instant you dispute it, they tell the person who made the complaint, you have to take them to court because we're not involved. We've done our good due diligence, you've taken it down, but he's saying he's going to dispute it, and it has to immediately go to court case. You have to actually take him to court. And we don't have to provide your information to him or his information to you. You work it out among yourself. But we're not allowed to penalize him. That's what it's supposed to say. YouTube penalizes you if somebody complains about your video. Some anonymous rando can take down your channel if they do it a month. And then they say that you're not, well, if you can't dispute this again. That's not true. YouTube's content claim system, not the auto-identify thing. This is different. Manual. The dispute process really doesn't involve YouTube at all. Bullshit. They do things like take your monetization that they agreed with you in a written contract that is legally binding in court, that they take your money that you're earning off your video on YouTube if you do a video and you monetize it, your creative work. If somebody makes a claim against it, even if it's bogus, and YouTube keeps giving the money to someone else, they've broken the contract. Because I'm talking about people who are part of multi-channel networks and have an actual written contract with YouTube. You can't do the whole, well, we don't have to have a tech support team. No, you're involved in an actual freaking contract. You're involving large quantities of money. And you're involving copyright content like entire movies because YouTube Red. And you're going to tell these people who are content creators, we're not involved in the dispute process. Bullshit. No form letter. And I think we're going to take up your time in court because you just signed a court enterable, actionable paper. You're asking the Content ID partner to reconsider their claim. No, they're not. When we do this, we file a dispute with YouTube saying the Content ID claim is invalid. Because they don't own it, because it's my creative work, or someone else's, whoever it is. If they uphold their claim, no. Someone makes an assertion, I'm claiming that they don't have any basis for it, and they must show proof of it. You don't check for proof, I know that. And you say, oh, our hands are tied. No, it isn't. You're just taking money from someone you have a real contract with and giving it to someone else you don't. And if you counter notice that, they have to sue you to take the video down. We're told we're not allowed to file a counterclaim twice. We're not. If they uphold their claim, you can appeal, which forces them to release the claim or file a DMCA. See, it's multiple layer. The first one is actually a claim. You dispute it. You file a dispute. They have to release the claim or file a DMCA notice. Then you have to do a counter DMCA, and they have to sue you to take the video down. It's basically a game of copyright chicken. Now, here's how it really works. You reply to them, I am not allowing them to judge whether or not they made a mistake in falsely claiming my video when I'm claiming they did it deliberately. I am not dropping this. This is a direct quote. I demand you reinstate my video to be under my control and stop giving someone money for it, or I will simply take it down and re-upload it on my channel to spite them. Every time you flag my channel falsely, you are breaking the law, because the DMCA takedown rules are what you're using, even though you called it something else. It's still a copyright takedown rule, because you took my video down. Now, if they just try to claim it and take money, then you're letting someone profit off of me against my will. That is actionable in court. I'm not dropping this, and you aren't allowed to have them judge whether or not it's a valid claim. You're supposed to be able to do something really basic. Ask a question. When I file a claim or complaint through YouTube, they want me to identify myself and do all sorts of things. All right. Well, someone's going to profit off your video. It's called copy striking in the counterculture that does this. People do it all the time. Can we copy strike PewDiePie? The reason for that is really simple. You made a system where people can abuse it. But you're saying here in this, you can appeal, which forces them to release the claim immediately. So what happens is when they say they've upheld their right to the copyright, you say, no, they didn't. I am now officially counter-noticing through you, because you can. I am appealing it now. This is the real appeal, is the second one, which forces them to release their claim, because they would have to actually put this through a DMCA notice in a court case. Make them go to court. You stay out of it. But someone else types below this guy, no, we don't make decisions. You change the status and the behavior of something involving money. The first side to back down loses. If neither side backs down, it ends up in court. Yes, that's the normal procedure. YouTube changed that by literally not telling you. All you have to do is file the second one. Well, you're in danger of losing your account. Bullshit. That's not the point. This is a legal matter. As soon as I do this, it's a legal matter. You said that they are claiming that they didn't make a mistake. I'm stating flat out that they're filing something against me they know is fraudulent. They won't go to court for it. Stay out of it. Literally phrasing it that way worked once too. One of the other reasons people do this is like, well, we want your ID. No. I will be using counter DMCA. This is your only notification. Forward it. Counter DMCA whatever. I'll pay them $5 or whatever, and they'll keep them from getting my data. You're letting people dox. This is basic hacking 101. If you find out your system is being exploited, stop freaking running it. If you don't want to be involved in the conflict, don't be. The DMCA takedown rules and copyright notice rules in the United States and every other country make it to where you don't have to do any of this. This is done on purpose. Because copyright is fundamentally a legal construct, YouTube is not and should not be the arbiter who owns that copyright. Arbitrator of who owns the copyright. I agree with you. Then stop having this crap system in place. So anyway, someone made a remix of a song, and it was claimed by a company called Ramjet's Power Records in Colombia. The claimant has reviewed their claim and decided it was valid. YouTube's comment claim system, however, is invalid. Against some poor schmuck who put up his own song, had a deal with YouTube and a contract, and had it run through a copywriting company that he actually works with. And then it was his money, all the money he was making, a couple $1,000s, a chunk, like every week or whatever, was being diverted to some other company. So here's the part, and it'll say, go to 9/11 and here's your answer for your emergency. Make the video private and don't let them get any money out of it. Then tell them, I'm not going to let it be private forever, but I'm going to compel, because you can do this, you're letting someone take money from me. That's actionable in court. You're lying about whether or not you are involved in this or want to stay out of it because you just diverted money. Here's my contract stating you can't do it, and I'm going through a multi-channel network which was supposed to protect me instead of being a protection racket that says I can do this. I'm actively suing you. I'm putting it all over Twitter and Facebook. And I'm going to make you give me the money that you gave them because they kept track of it. And I'm going to make this a precedent-setting thing so YouTube has to say, oh, by the way, oh, thank you very much for giving me my money back. They let people steal money from creators that upload a video all the damn time. It's happened to Pharrell Williams a couple of times. The reason for this is not some defect in the system. It's YouTube actively interfering with creators that are actually got contracts with them. One of the things about people wanting to set up YouTube Red projects, if you're not aware of this, is people telling them, you let someone screw me out of copyright money 40 times last year. Why would I do a business deal with you? Burn in hell. They actually got responses like that. Like literally video responses from a couple of artists on their Facebooks, so they couldn't get them taken down. No one wants to do business with a corporation that actively exacerbated the problem of trolling, impersonation accounts, basic errors in running an IT company. Why would anybody use anything even remotely named Google Wallet? And oh my God, copyright violations. Why would anybody trust your company? You can't even do something as simple as forward a complaint to the person who's being complained about. I have a right to know who my accuser is, or if not, at least what I'm being accused of, and I'd like to have somebody on your end stop lying about whether you have to be involved in it when you are inserting yourself in the first place. Your policies aren't there just to protect you, and in this case, it makes you more legally liable. Only a complete idiot on legalities would advise you to keep doing this. But this company keeps doing it because of something stupid. Well, we have a contract that says you can't sue us. That doesn't change whether or not a person simply goes downtown to their local area and files a court case against your company and rams you up the rump with a frickin' fire poker. And if it was actually done by these people, if we didn't sit here and take it like a bunch of sheep. Now the thing is, Counter DMCA, I'm going to put a link down below, and maybe that'll get us flagged here. Allows you to say, no, I'm not giving you, you can include it in that, you can say, I'm not giving you my docs, you're not going to find out my address or first name or whatever so you can hurt me, and I'm going to win because I can file a legal counterclaim. So everybody used this other system where they would just monetize your video and take money. Okay, the video's private. Now you can't make money off of it. If you're trying to keep the video from being there, I just uploaded a duplicate of it. If your goal was to take it down for all the views, it's still there. I can just make it visible later. I'm just not going to let you have any monetization. It'll still jack up the ranking for my channel. And the other copy will be there, and people will still find it. And when you claim against that, I'm just going to take it down as well. Because if you're monetizing the video, it's not a copyright violation or a strike against the channel. If you make it a strike, I'm allowed to file a counterclaim and be listened to because nobody's making any money off of me. I'm just going to make it not visible. It's the way it is. And yeah, YouTube said, well, we think this is a valid claim or whatever. No, you're making a judgment. You have to say that they said it was a valid claim. Yeah, the bad guy has reviewed your counterclaim and said it wasn't valid. Not only are you getting involved, you're making sure the other person has more power than the other. Screw you, YouTube. And they went, well, YouTube Red will be a success. No one wants to trust you with their credit card. Why would they trust you with anything else either? Thanks for watching. Goodbye.